Please be seated. Aghaoine Ushla Galir, graduates, colleagues, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. It is my great honour to welcome you this afternoon to the conferring ceremony for the graduates of the School of Business and Humanities. My name is Anne Campbell. I'm the Vice President for Academic Affairs and Registrar. May I begin by introducing you to members of the Platform Party. Starting on my far right, Dr. Patricia Moriarty, Head of School of Business and Humanities. Mr. Andrew Griffith, Chairman of the Governing Body of DKIT. Mr. Dennis Cummins, President of DKIT. Dr. Brendan Ryder, Assistant Registrar. Joining us on the platform are also the Head of Department of Humanities, Dr. David Getty, the Head of Section of Hospitality Studies, Ms. Brínan Aracht, the Head of Department of Management and Financial Studies, Mr. Shane Hill, members of the Academic Council, faculty members from the School of Business and Humanities, members of the Governing Body and distinguished guests. I now invite the Chairman of the Governing Body, Mr. Andrew Griffith, to make the opening address.
Good afternoon, everybody, and well done to all of you. It's a fantastic day. I'd like to welcome you to the Institute here on this wonderful day and congratulate you. The Institute is a wonderfully collegiate place, and that includes in the boardroom. This year, I oversaw the transition of one board to the next board. And the previous board gave wonderful service. Some of the members of that board are here today. And we have a new board, 19 strong. And every year, in one of the conferring ceremonies, the board are a team. And every year, for one of the ceremonies, I ask one of the members of the board to conduct the address to one of the ceremonies. So this year, you're lucky not to have to be listening to me. I'm going to ask the Vice Chair of the board, Clifford Kelly, to address you all today. Clifford, like me, is a proud Cavan man, hence no expense spared here today. And he has served here at the Institute for 27 years. Extraordinary service. And I'd like to ask Clifford to address you here today.
Chairman, President, Deputy President, Assistant Registrar, graduates, fellow governing body members, members of the Academic Council and distinguished guests. As the Chairman said, I'm like himself, a Cavan man, and actually at a previous graduation ceremony a man came over to me and he said, I believe you're from Cavan. I said, I am. Well, he said, can you tell me, do you still eat your dinner out of the drawer in Cavan? So I wanted to spell that rumour. We don't eat it. So, as was said, my name is Clifford Kelly, and I'm proud to say that I have served as either Chairman or Vice Chairman of the governing body of Dundalk Institute of Technology for over 25 years. In my time as a board member, I have witnessed firsthand the transformation of this institute from the fledgling Dundalk Regional Technical College to one of the most highly regarded education institutes in the country that it is today. This transformation came about through the combined efforts of its students, staff, executive board, and the governing body. It was also made possible by many other individuals, both in public and private life, who supported us at significant milestones in the Institute's history, but who are too numerous to mention here today. Dundalk Institute of Technology has made enormous contribution to the economic and social development of this region and has improved the quality of life of its graduates and their families. The single biggest contribution we have made is to give higher education opportunities to families who never before had a chance to go to college, and you, our students, have repaid this by working hard to get the qualifications that you are receiving here today. When I reflect on the history of Dundalk Institute of Technology, I recognise the number of important milestones in our development. These include the early pioneers who established the RTCs and who showed amazing vision to imagine a new type of higher education institution and then worked with tremendous energy to see that vision realised. The introduction of new legislation in 1992 to redesignate the regional technical colleges as institutes of technology. With this came new structures and a focus on research, enterprise supports, and growing our own portfolio of courses, particularly at degree and master's level. Achieving delegation from the Higher Education Awards Council in 2004 to make our own awards at degree and other levels. The acquisition in 2004 of the Carroll's building and 45 acres of land that came with it that allowed us to double the size of the campus and create a world-class facility for the School of Informatics and Creative Arts. These are, in my opinion, the key milestones that made the Institute what it is today. Another decision taken by the governing body and supported by the student body here to purchase the JJB complex for DKIT Sports will, in future, be seen as another of those defining moments. This will allow us to provide unparalleled sporting infrastructure for our students and for the general public, and in time will allow us to introduce new courses in sports and recreational areas. And I want to pay a sincere tribute to our president, who worked very, very hard to make sure that this facility would be purchased in the interest of the students of this institute, so as they would have, in the years ahead, one of the finest sporting areas in the country. And I want to acknowledge our president for the huge amount of work he put in difficult times to provide that facility. The Institute is now entering another period when higher education is facing major change. Our strategy at DKIT in this latest period of transformation is to build on our strategic alliance with Dublin City University. This culminated in the establishment with DCU, DKIT Graduate School, this time last year. Both DKIT and DCU are committed to working together on academic programs, research, supporting business and community groups, and also sharing services, and I am excited about the future potential of this relationship. As a Cavan man and a member of the Cavan Monaghan Education and Training Board, I am also delighted with the Institute's recent announcement of new degree opportunities, both full-time and part-time, in Cavan and Monaghan institutes. And it was mentioned at an earlier conferring. I'd like also to pay tribute to Dr. Shane Hill, for the huge amount of work that he put into that as well. In conclusion, I wish to congratulate you on achieving your qualifications here today. I acknowledge your families who have joined us today for the tremendous support that they have given you through the years you have been students here at Dundalk Institute of Technology. I believe our economy is at last showing signs, albeit early signs, that the worst is behind us. The number of jobs is now growing and confidence is returning. Hopefully, this means that there will be jobs, opportunities here for you, so you can choose to pursue your careers here at home in Ireland. A great future lies ahead for you. I know you will make the best use of your qualifications you are receiving here today. It would be remiss of me not to pay a very special tribute to the excellent staff here in Dundalk Institute of Technology. We have one of the finest staff here that you will find in any any of our third level institutes or universities in this country today. And the success and the development of this institute is in no small way due to their contribution led by our President, Dennis Cummins. Goramila Mahagav.
Thank you, Clifford. We now come to the most important part of the ceremony, when the President will confer awards. Before we begin, might I ask that, as all of our graduates are worthy of equal recognition, that we might applaud only at the end of each class group? Otherwise, if we applaud each graduate, our enthusiasm for applause will begin to wane after a while, with the last graduates receiving very little, and that seems to me to be unfair. So I ask for your applause, please, at the end of each class group. And I now call upon Mr. Dennis Cummins, the President of the Institute, to confer awards on the learners presented by the Institute for that purpose.
Har cean na Institute agus nar Harbh an údarás a harmlichtar arthaí, run dómhach tánaí ar fáil múirí na Institute, agus éireann gur gcuirfear na fáil múirí sin am láir chuna bair a thuirteáibh go fámiú. On behalf of the Institute, and by virtue of the authority delegated to it under the Qualifications and Quality Assurance Act 2012, I hereby confer awards on the learners of the Institute who have achieved the standard determined by the Council for those awards, and I ask that those learners be presented to me so that I may formally present them with their parchment.
I call upon Dr. David Getty to present the candidates from the Department of Humanities, and Ms. Bríona O'Rourke to present the candidates from the section of Hospitality Studies.
President, I present to you the following candidates who have successfully completed programmes in the Department of Humanities and who are worthy of the following awards, and I would request you to present their parchment to them. The Bachelor of Arts Honours in Community Sports Leadership, Naomi Andrusetti. Sinead Gray. James Hanratty. Glenn Healy in absentia. Stephen Lynn. Emmett Matthews. Sandra Maguire. Graham McCabe in absentia. Jennifer McCord. Ramunas Muskakis. Luke Moyna. William Mullen in absentia, Colin Murphy, Kieran Nugent, Adrian O'Grady, Alan Quigley, Fiona Walsh. The Bachelor of Arts Honours in Cultural Studies, Rebecca Atkinson, Thomas Brady, Shauna Clark, Anne Connolly, Eileen Corcoran, Gemma Connolly, Oliver Hill in absentia, Kira Jordan, Samantha King, Nikita Madden, Christopher McCrudden, Conal McGill, Susan McGuinn, Emma Mullen, Edward O'Hare, Andrew O'Neill, Evan O'Reilly, Roisin O'Reilly, Derek Owens, Adam Patterson, Kevin Richardson, Michael Turnbull, Katie Ward, Brona Young, the Bachelor of Arts Honours in Social Care, Esther Azerbaijan, Katie Bailey, Erica Albrusetti, Emma Carroll, Ryan Clark, Shauna Clerkin, Maria Devine, Claire Dignan, Sasha Duffy, Andrea Dunleavy, Emma Finney, Katie Flanagan, Alan Ford in absentia. Magella Garland. Sarah Grant. Sarah Griffin. Thomas Keelan. Derek Lee. Lorna Lennon. Sinead Levins. Alison McGuire. Elizabeth McGuire. Gemma Mason. Mark McCormack. Pauline McGahan. Natalie McMahon. Shauna McParlin. Paula McShane. Amanda Amelia in absentia. Sinead Mullane. Sarah Murren. Kim O'Leary. Aisling Reid. Lisa Trainer. Laura Ward. Cheryl Wright. The Bachelor of Arts in Community Sports Leadership, Lisa Atkinson. Mary Brady. Shannon Brannigan. Anthony Courtney. John Flood. Jonathan Ford in absentia. Joni Gray in absentia. Daniel Hand. Jason Hand. Paul McGill in absentia. Amy McGorman. Sarah McMahon. Patrick McNally. Kevin Miley. Colin Murphy. Aoife Murda. Niamh Murda. TJ Murda in absentia. Andrew Naylor. Dale O'Kane in absentia. Siobhan Riley. Amanda Sheeran. Niall Ward, Christopher York, the Bachelor of Arts Honours in Youth Work, and DKIT is delighted to present both the QQI Award parchments and NSET's professional accreditation to graduates of the Bachelor of Arts Honours in Youth Work. NSETS is a North-South Education and Training Standards Committee for Youth Work, which provides an additional professional endorsement to graduates of this programme. And DKIT is one of only 2 members of the Institutes of Technology sector to be bestowed this endorsement. This year sees the second graduating cohort from the honours degree in youth work who will receive this very sought after accreditation. Pamela Corrigan, Rebecca Davey, Yvonne Hamill, Sarah Louise Holt, Martin Hughes, Gareth Johnson, Sinead Kirk, Paula Mason, Sharon McCaffrey, Sabrina Murphy, Andrea Myers, Kim O'Connell, Barbara O'Connor in absentia, Michelle Quinn, Alice Robinson, Joanna Swinburne, James Welch in absentia. The Bachelor of Arts in Community Youth Work, Kate Baxter, Deirdre Briscoe, Lorraine Connolly, Dara Cunningham, Patricia Daly in absentia, Paul Devitt, Nicola Dernan, Jared Fee, Gary Griffin, Tanya Kearns, Sinead Kerwick in absentia, Christina King, Anne-Marie Magan, Kiva Mangan, Aoife Magan-Taggart, Aoife McGinn, Cian McKenna, Dolores Minogue, Catherine Quayle, Shona Rice, Janine Short, Barry Smith, Sharon Chute, Bernard Veerbeek, the Higher Certificate in Arts and Community Youth Work, Graham Henry, in absentia.
Good afternoon. President, I present to you the following candidates who have successfully completed programmes in the section of Hospitality Studies and who are worthy of the following awards, and I would request you present their parchments to them. The Bachelor of Arts Honours in Event Management, Nicole Bruton, in absentia. Michael Carter, Niamh Curran, in absentia. Katie Duggan, in absentia. Lisa Eccles, in absentia. Sarah Hamill, Rachel Healy, in absentia. Niamh McGinn, Fiona Moore, Keith Nolte, Jason Rankin, in absentia. Shane Rooney, in absentia. Xinyu Zhao, the Bachelor of Arts Honours in Hospitality Management, Lauren Burke, Una Duffy, Claire Marin, Sarah McCardle, Graham Riley, Alvin Sukuntuk, Bachelor of Business in Event Management, Sarah Brennan, Shane Buckley, in absentia. Shane Byrne, Bernadette Carroll, Anzelika Chuniak, Grania Clark, Craig Dalton, Leanne Daly, Shauna Dignan, Lucy Dillon, James Doherty, in absentia. Peter Gallagher, Gavin Gray, Donal Griffin, Katie Hamilton, Shanice Heavey, Dana Hopkins, Ellen Igo, Emer Joyce, in absentia, Grace Kelly, Rebecca Lamont, Kathy Litchfield, Xinying Tong Lu, Stephen Lynch, Michelle Maguire, Andrew McGrain, Amy McGuigan, Janine McKenna, in absentia, Patrick McNally, Shannon Murphy, Eleanor O'Brien, Rebecca O'Donovan, Irida Picolite, Shauna Smith, Robert Tiernan, Jessica White, Jamie White, in absentia. The Bachelor of Business in Hospitality Management, Sandra Bratz. Lisa Cassidy. Matthew Colgan. Amy Connolly. Matthew Duff. Robert Gargan, Kiva Gilmore, Yu Hu, Owen Lynch, John Martin, in absentia, Amy McIntyre, in absentia, Natalia Pilzer, Anne Elizabeth Quigley, Joseph Rogers, Emma Ross, Andrew Smith, Richard Stevens, Zihi Wang, Han Zhao. The Higher Certificate in Arts in Culinary Arts, Gary Agnew. Brendan Breen, in absentia. Dominic Brennan. Ryan Carlin, in absentia. Sarah Coffey, in absentia. Stephanie Collins, in absentia. Shauna Goodman. Mark Gormley, Gregory Halpin, Danielle Hawthorne, Emma Holes, Andrew Hughes, Felicia Ina, Rachel Jacob, in absentia, Leah Kinlan, Yvonne Lucas, in absentia, Stefan McAteer, Jason McKenna, in absentia, Paul McLaughlin, in absentia, David O'Brien, Fergal O'Callaghan, in absentia, Elaine O'Leary, Sharon Sheenan, Alice Faye Staunton, Stephen Trent, in absentia, Julie Uzuma, Gavin Huerty. The Higher Certificate in Art in Hospitality, Andrea Caccart, Adam Healy, in absentia, Laura Hoy, in absentia, Aisling Morrow, Sarah Murson, Jane O'Reilly, Andrew Redden.
Congratulations to all our new graduates. We acknowledge that every one of you graduating today is a success. However, some students excel, and the Institute recognises this by awarding the President's Prize for Academic Excellence. The student with the highest mark in each programme is nominated for this prize, and a specially constituted school committee considers each nomination and proposes prize winners where it is agreed that such is merited. I call upon Dr. Patricia Moriarty, Head of School of Business and Humanities, to present to the President those graduates who have been nominated for the President's Prize for Academic Excellence.
Thank you, Anne. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I am delighted that there are 12 awards for outstanding academic achievement being presented in this ceremony to graduates of the School of Business and Humanities. The first prize is for the programme Bachelor of Arts Honours in Community and Sports Leadership, and the winner is Fiona Walsh. The second prize is for the programme Bachelor of Arts Honours in Cultural Studies, and the winner is Eileen Corcoran. The third prize is for the programme Bachelor of Arts Honours in Social Care, and the winner is Cheryl Wright. Our fourth prize is for the programme Bachelor of Arts in Community Sports Leadership, and the winner is Colin Murphy. Our fifth prize is for the programme Bachelor of Arts Honours in Youth Work, and the winner is Alice Robinson. The sixth prize is for the programme Bachelor of Arts in Community Youth Work, and the winner is Barry Smith. Our seventh prize is for the programme Bachelor of Arts Honours in Event Management, and the winner is Sarah Hamill. The eighth prize is for the programme Bachelor of Arts Honours in Hospitality Management, and the winner is Lauren Burke. Our ninth prize is for the programme Bachelor of Business in Event Management, and the winner is Patrick McNally. Our 10th prize is for the programme Bachelor of Business in Hospitality Management, and the winner is Anne Elizabeth Quigley. Our 11th prize is for the programme Higher Certificate in Arts in Culinary Arts, and the winner is Elaine O'Leary. Our final President's Prize for Academic Excellence is for the programme Higher Certificate in Arts in Hospitality, and the winner is Aisling Morrow. There are also a number of additional prizes being awarded this year. Our first additional prize category for 2015 is from Fáilte Ireland. Each year, Fáilte Ireland award a prize to a student from each of the higher certificate programmes, the Higher Certificate in Culinary Arts and the Higher Certificate in Hospitality Studies. The prize is awarded to the student who has excelled in their programme and who has made great strides in reaching their career potential. This year, the prize winners are, firstly, for the programme Higher Certificate in Culinary Arts, Sharon Sheenan. Secondly, for the programme Higher Certificate in Hospitality Studies, the prize is awarded to Aisling Morrow.
Congratulations again.
Our second additional prize category this year is from AISCE, the Irish Association of Social Care Educators Student Award. This award is presented to social care students who have demonstrated exceptional skills in the understanding and practice of social care during their programme. The prize takes the form of a certificate and a piece of framed artwork. I am delighted to announce that the winner of the AISCE Student Award for the Bachelor of Arts Honours in Social Care 2015 is Sarah Griffin.
A President's Prize is also awarded for the contribution to the life of the Institute or the community. This is not a prize that's awarded every year, but we do have a winner this year. And the prize is awarded to the student who has demonstrated exceptional personal attributes and who has actively led or participated in activities which have had a positive impact on the Institute and or the community that the Institute serves. This year's prize winner is Mark McCormack, who has graduated today with the Bachelor of Honours in Social Care. Mark is a social entrepreneur with aspirations to build a centre of excellence called Creating the Great in You, which aims to address the national problem of youth suicide, especially among teen and adult boys. He has displayed his enterprising skills by gathering together a diverse range of people and skills from within the Institute to address the issue of suicide prevention. Mark engaged with DKIT staff to help him structure his vision and also attended the Regional Development Centre's Ideas Foundry Enterprise Development Programme in June of this year. Mark possesses the following key attributes: determination, networking, influencing, and a passion to help young adults who are experiencing despair. So congratulations to Mark McCormack. Congratulations, Mark. I now invite the President, Mr. Dennis Cummins, to address you.
members of governing body, of academic council, colleagues, family, guests, and of course the class of 2015. I first of all want to offer my own congratulations to our graduates. I know you worked very hard for your qualifications, and over the 2, 3 or 4 years that you've been here with us, there may have been times when you doubted you would see this day, but you have, and you deserve the recognition. It's fitting that we do graduation ceremonies in a very public way. They're public events with your parents and supporters present. And there are a number of traditions associated with graduation ceremonies. The wearing of the gowns, of course, that goes back to the 12th century. In modern times, of course, it's become a bit of an inconvenience. Back in the 12th century, we didn't have central heating. Now we have the opposite problem. The throwing of the cap is a more recent tradition, and that goes back to the Naval Academy. And the origins of that was that Navy cadets, during their training, had to wear their caps throughout their training. And when they graduated, they could take their caps off, so the tradition of tossing the cap in the air emerged. There are some other formalities. You have received your parchment. You will need that in future. Take care of it. Don't take it to the nightclub tonight. I suggest you give it to your mother's a good person to look after these things. You will need it. You'll be surprised how often, in fact, you will need it in future, and how late in your life you might need it. So hold on to it. Maybe take a photograph of it now, just to get a record of it. You also go into the record, onto the register of graduates of Dundalk Institute of Technology. So you will join another 35,000 plus graduates who've come out of this institute over the last 45 years. And just like the graduates who've gone before you, you will make a huge contribution to the economic, social and cultural life of this region. And that's part of what this institute, it's the biggest part of what this institute does, to improve the quality of life of the people who live in this region. And we do that in a number of ways. Today is one very obvious example, where between today and yesterday, over 1,400 new graduates will emerge from the institute with all the latest knowledge, skills and know-how in a variety of different professions. And they will help the organisations that they will go to work with, because they will have the latest knowledge and techniques. But I would urge you also to make use of your qualifications, not just for your own and your family's benefit, but also for your community. And I have been struck in recent years at the efforts that our students have been making by contributing to the community that is DKIT and outside of DKIT. And I know that in the School of Business and Humanities that this has been led out. Very significant that the very first ever President's Prize for Community Achievement has been awarded at this ceremony just now. And I'm not at all surprised at the student who received it, or the fact that it's coming from this particular school, because this school has led in raising awareness among our students of their need to be good citizens and to make a contribution. So over the years, graduates, particularly from the hospitality and event management programs, have raised substantial monies that have benefited local charities. So I want to congratulate you on that. Every year I've been able to report on significant developments at the Institute in our overall plans, and this year I want just to mention two areas. One is in relation to research, and the Institute has a very strong record in research. We've been growing our research capacity in the last 20 years, and it's significant that this year we have the highest number of PhD or doctoral graduates in our history, and that represents the growth in research capacity here. We also are among the institute that has achieved among the highest in research funding from external bodies, both national, European and international. And because our research has been growing at the rate it has, it had been a plan of ours to establish a graduate school for some time, and we achieved that significant milestone last year when we established the DCU DKT Graduate School. And as a result of that, in future, graduates at level 9 and level 10 will receive their degrees from Dublin City University. So it's been a very significant development for the Institute. A second area has been the acquisition of the Institute of the DKT Sports Arena, probably the most magnificent sports facility on a third level campus in Ireland. And I'm delighted we've been able to achieve that. But I do want to acknowledge our students, because this couldn't have happened without the support of our students. So I want to acknowledge you for that. and also the support of the governing body and of the executive board. So it's a very significant achievement. It does mean that we will be able in future to develop further on sports and related areas. I do also want to acknowledge, as part of our development of sports, we introduced sports scholarships in this year and last year, and they're growing and becoming very significant. And I want to acknowledge Frankie Waters, who retired this year from the Institute, for his work in chairing the Sports Scholarship Committee. I also want to mention Derek Criddy, who's our Sports and Societies Officer, for all his work in relation to this. And I think I want to start a campaign here now to bring Derek Criddy back to play for Louth. He was captain last year and they did much better when he was captain. So ask all of our graduates today, now maybe, to send an email or a tweet to Louth GAA to bring Derek Criddy back. Finally, I just want to acknowledge some developments within the School of Business and Humanities. And Clifford Kelly, speaking earlier, mentioned the first of these, which is the establishment of our business degree programme from DKT that will be run in Monaghan, and we have plans to offer programs in other parts of the region that we share. And I also want to acknowledge Mr. Shane Hill's contribution to that. In the case of hospitalities, we know that the jobs market is very vibrant at present, and it is related to tourism, and visitors in 2015 were 12% higher than in previous years. And we know that with initiatives such as Ireland's Ancient East and the Breath of Fresh Air for Dublin, that those visitor numbers are going to continue to grow. And a significant part of the hospitality and event programs is that students do work placements. And they do that in top organisations throughout Ireland, but also abroad in places as far afield as Beijing, Shanghai, Boston, Cape Cod, the Virgin Islands, Scotland and mainland Europe. So finally, and in conclusion, can I once again congratulate all of our graduates on achieving your awards. Be proud in future to introduce yourselves as graduates of DKIT. You are now also entitled to use your initials, so BBS, BA, MA, whatever it is, and be proud to do that and use it. And I hope you have a very enjoyable evening. Thank you.
Thank you, Dennis. And just before we close, some reflections and housekeeping. Conferring is a very proud moment for all of you, but it's also a proud moment for your families and for the staff at DKIT. Just for a moment to acknowledge the support and mentoring that the staff of DKIT have given you. We are aware that the award you hold in your hands is a result of your own long hours of study, but you couldn't have done it without the support of the lecturers, tutors, mentors and support staff here. So I think they deserve a round of applause. And even though you may not always have been conscious of it, the significant support of your family and friends was always there for you. Your family and supporters probably made personal and financial sacrifices to ensure that you could pursue your studies. Along the way, they have listened to you, encouraged you, believed in you, and most of all, they have loved you. So they share in your success today. And in the time-honoured tradition of DKIT, I'd invite you to acknowledge that. So graduates, please stand, turn around, find the faces of those loved ones in the crowd and give them a resounding round of applause. Well done. So just some housekeeping now before we go. The platform party will leave the hall first, followed by a procession of our new graduates. So the graduates should leave in procession as directed 2 by 2, go out through the rear entrance of the hall on my right and go to the McAnnon Theatre, which is beside the Institute restaurant, for your class photographs. A roster of group photographs is posted up there if you haven't already seen it on the DKIT website. Guests should please exit through the double doors on my right or here on the front door on my left, and staff and signage will direct you to the Institute restaurant where some refreshments are served. I wish you all a lovely day of celebration and ask that you now stand, please, for the academic procession.
What's that?
We had a fella there that was
Half cut.
drunk.
I tell you.
He shouldn't have died going
That's all right. That's all right.
No, he was asleep by the end.
In all aspects of the